Peaceful Sontarans, intergalactic gambling, and Martin Short's Jack Frost from the Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause. It's just a normal Wednesday for the Ninth Doctor. Hello and welcome back to a Madman Big Finish review, the video series where I review some of the latest releases from Big Finish. For this week's video, I'm going to be talking about the Ninth Doctor Adventures Into the Stars, the second box set of the second series for the Ninth Doctor Adventures. So as usual, we're going to try and keep it as spoiler free as possible with our first story, Salvation 9 by Timothy X Attack, or is the X silent? Is it like Hunter x Hunter and the Spy Family? You don't pronounce the X, but the X is there in the title. So, Timothy Attack. It's not a Chris review if I don't butcher something. Anyway, Salvation 9. The Doctor happens upon an unusual outpost and discovers it is about to be annihilated. To save Salvation 9, he must rally a people for whom war is an alien concept and protect the future of the Sontaran race. This is probably my favorite story of this box set. I really enjoyed it. It's a thoroughly engaging and interesting story. So yeah, the Doctor has to protect the Sontarans, but they are a specific kind of Sontarans. They don't know what war is. They are essentially what Sontarans are not supposed to be. So the Doctor's seeing these Sontarans and just being kind of like flabbergasted that they just are so like different from the Sontarans that he knows. That was really fascinating and good to see. The two Sontarans, Gaznak and I'm blanking on the other one, unfortunately. Those two that essentially kind of serve as the temporary companions to the Doctor for this story. I really enjoyed them. Their actors did a fantastic job. But overall, the story, like, pacing was really good. Like, I don't think it slowed down at any point. It was just a consistent, steady pace. Everything about this story was well, to quote the Ninth Doctor, fantastic. It was a really fantastic story, a great opener to this box set, and that leads us into our second story, Last of the Zedicene by James Kettle. The rich and the criminal rub shoulders on Stage 3 spaceport and play high-stakes games for valuable prizes. The Doctor is always interested in endangered species, and the Zedicene is more endangered than most. So yes, the Doctor discovers that certain questionable people have something called a Zedicene. I think it's a giant swine, I think they refer to it as. It's the last of its kind, so the Doctor obviously wants to rescue it, but has to go through these high-stake games, gambling with his associate, his temporary companion in the story, Nell L. I think it was. Let me double check again. Yeah, Nell. I think it was. Yeah, Nell. But she. I really liked her in this story. I think she plays off well with the Ninth Doctor. The story itself, I think it was fine. It's a solid story, but nothing too much that kind of stood out to me at least. But I think it was a fine, solid story. I think this story had Maureen O'Brien in it, who most would know as Vicky. She voices essentially kind of one of the antagonists, CeeLo, and also as the first Gyra, I think, which were the spider things that Nell was working for at the start of the story. But that was kind of an interesting tidbit. Is like you have Maureen O'Brien in here, but she's not Vicky. She's playing a different character. It would have been interesting to see like the Ninth Doctor meet more classic companions. We know we had the Brigadier in like Old Friends. That was a nice little reunion between the two, and it serves as a kind of to touch upon the Doctor's kind of like this Doctor's kind of psyche, his him being like a soldier that, well, he was a soldier, he's has survivor's guilt and all that. So, but I think regardless, I do like Maureen O'Brien in this as the kind of one of the antagonists, kind of one of the gamblers, the very questionable people in this story. But yeah, last of the Zeta scene, I think it was a fine story. It was a solid story. Pacing was a bit slower than the previous story, but I think it was fine regardless. And that leads us into our finale, Break the Ice by Tim Foley. On a chilly space station, the Doctor meets a group of scientists experimenting with cryogenics. But when one subject returns from extreme sub-zero temperatures, he does not return alone. A creature awakens that can freeze the soul with icy fingers, Jack Frost. Now, listening to the entire box set, it was really kind of hard to pick what was my favorite between Salvation 9 and this story, because this story is also a really good one. I was really engaged with it. Pip Torrens, I believe, who voices Jack Frost, or he also voices the character Kenton. I think he's such a and a kind of intimidating, almost sinister villain, which I think he's primarily known for playing villains. He was in Preacher, I believe. He was her star, if I recall correctly. But Pip Torrens in this as Jack Frost, he's an absolute delight. He was amazing as the antagonist in this story, and the overall story itself, the pacing on it was really, really good, very solid, consistent. Did not slow down in parts, but just everything about it was really engaged. It's kind of like it's kind of like almost a space horror. Kind of similar to like Aliens. It's just here's there's a huge group of people, well, kind of a huge group of people. There's primarily 2 people that are with the Doctor, but there are other people mentioned. But the group of people on a kind of like a space station, and there's this single threat, just one single threat that can take out all of them. Just one thing, kind of like that. I guess that's kind of the vibes I got from the story, and so I really enjoyed it a bit more, having that feeling. But yeah, this is a close second favorite of this box set, Break the Ice, and a great conclusion to it. So overall, with this box set, I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. Haha, get it? Ninth Doctor, 9. Genius up here, aren't I? This for thinking it. But yeah, 9 out of 10 for this box set. I really enjoyed all the stories in here, especially Salvation 9 and Break the Ice. They were really standout, fantastic stories. I would recommend this box set. Go definitely check this box set out, especially for those 2 stories. You really are missing out if you're not getting this box set. Those are some fantastic stories, really, really, really good. But that is it for my discussion review of the Ninth Doctor Adventures Into the Stars. Thank you everyone for watching. Go check out any of my previous reviews. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Remember to check out our weekly live streams. It would have happened the day before this video released, but make sure to check them out whenever you can. Check out any of the videos my co-hosts have done, if they actually do any. I'm the sole provider of this channel, I guess. Thought it was a team effort, but I jest. But thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Ciao.